most difficult things when you're a beginner is when you go outside, you look around and you say, what do I paint? Well, that's the most important thing in a painting, is the composition. So in this video diary series, what I'm doing is sharing with you my thought processes when I go outdoors and looking for a subject to paint. Well, I've been brought to this somewhat remote place at the head of a valley in this mountain, and I have to find some composition here. Oh, this looks promising. Interesting color recession in that mountain. I think I might try something here. Well, it's a very simple scene here, and there's only one dark shape and one light shape, the road and a few rocks. At first I thought, well, maybe there's not much here, but the more I look into it, maybe you can make something of this. And I've just got to rearrange those shapes in some interesting way. The top mountain has an interesting contour, which is nice. That's making a nice negative shape. So I think I'll keep working on it. I just bought this graphite pencil, Conte à Paris. It's a 5B French graphite pencil, and it's really rather nice. It's great on this paper. Produces a lovely transition here. So I kind of like this composition now. The single dark does work, and then maybe there's a bit of a gradation of value from the bottom going towards the top to give the feeling of distance. Interestingly enough, this dark is exactly on the rabatment of the rectangle. So you can see, yeah, the rabatment is the same distance from of the height of the rectangle. You come across that same height, and that's the rabatment, this line here. Interesting, these principles you do them subconsciously, even though without even following the rules, but when you check, you do find that you've actually placed it at that position. I was looking at these rocks too, and the mountain shape behind, but somehow just can't feel a composition there. The other thing I'm looking at is that yellow flower. It's a sort of a yellowy green flower, but I'm not sure whether that really works as a nice colour harmony for the blue sky and that red, violet, grey background. I'll have to think about that. So I'm looking at this composition with bringing this big diagonal down, and that's where the yellow would come. And I've got the road as a shape down here. Still got that nice contour for the mountain, and the sort of two overlapping triangles of the hill coming down. The perspective of this street is interesting. Basically you take this line off here to a vanishing point, come back, and that gives you this line back from that same vanishing point, and it changes direction. So this line must go up to the same horizon point, and so this line here gives you the angle here. And then I could design this negative shape here, and then this negative shape here. And then I've got the negative shape of the hill. That's not a bad design. So this one on the right looks like it could make a good design. You can make some interesting shapes there. One thing that I noticed when I was working with Bateau Dugas-Japov was that he spends an inordinate amount of time on the design of the shapes, destroying them, redoing them, destroying them, redoing them, until he really finds interesting design. A massive amount of time compared with any other painter I've seen. And the more I'm getting experience now, the more I'm realizing that it's the shape design that is so important to producing great paintings. You've just got to spend a lot of time on doing that. And that's what makes the composition or the visual music in a painting. You can't just go and paint a scene and capture what's in front of you. You just have to design these shapes. Sometimes you can find them, sometimes you have to redesign them. But until you have that, you just don't have a picture. It's so peaceful here. Occasional crow, a few birds, and just nothing. Woodpecker in the distance just heard. Okay, I think that's done. When you don't know what else to do, it's a good time to stop. And it's getting time for lunch now, so I think I'll start to pack up.